On Monday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis awarded $200 million in state-level school recognition awards. The awards, which recognize top-performing schools in the Sunshine State, will be spread across 1,400 schools. DeSantis has made awarding bonuses and surplus funding to first responders, police, and educators a constant in the run-up to Election Day. DeSantis currently leads Democratic challenger Charlie Crist in every poll and is considered a potential 2024 Republican presidential contender.
You see, we have Manny Diaz, our Commissioner of Education, is here. We also are joined by the principal here, Jennifer Dulciato, and then the second grade teacher, Kelly Walker, is also with us here today, is going to be able to speak. So this storm, of course, we still see damage. There's a lot that needs to be done. There was a lot that needed to be done immediately to help rescue, and those efforts were done not just in places like Northport and in Fort Myers Beach, but even far more inland in Central Florida and even on the east coast of Florida. So people really did a great job with those initial responses. You also have situations where the services are interrupted. Worked very hard with the power restoration to have those crews there ready to go, and they went and really have done a great job. I mean, even on Pine Island, you saw the day after the storm, the bridge was wiped away. They thought the island was just going to wither, and they asked me for help, and we were able to get that bridge restored in 3 days, which people were very happy about. But that's allowed us to bring in a lot of support. So you're now over, I think, 90+% is restored on Pine Island with the Penn. They had really significant damage, doing the same thing on Sanibel, and so those are really, really important. But when you talk about kind of core things in a community, these schools are very, very important. And I think that there was a great effort, and the state, Manny Diaz has been great helping whatever they needed to do, but really, you had the school districts, the administrators and the teachers work really hard to try to get kids back as soon as humanly possible. And I think that we've seen that happen in all these different counties. We had 12 schools in the southern part of Sarasota County, including Toledo Blade, that were still closed when the rest of the county reopened. But today, this is the first day back here, and we have all but 2 schools in the entire county are back and open. And so they're going to be open tomorrow. So that's really, really good. And I was just, we were in Punta Gorda. We flew into Punta Gorda. We were stopping by, checking out some of the businesses, seeing how people were doing. And I had a couple moms come up to me, thank you for helping with the schools. The parents want the kids in school. It's really important, and I know the kids are happy to be here. So that's helping just restore normalcy. You have these things that need to be done to help restore the communities, the homes, the infrastructure, but to have this part of the community functioning so quickly is really, really great. And we know how important it is to have kids in school. We've helped out in Hardee County. We helped out in Collier. Collier, they got hit pretty good with the storm surge, and they did a high school football game basically a week and a half after Ian hit them. They were back doing their big rivalry. Kids got in school. So there's a lot of success stories. So we're really proud, and we're also proud to be able to be here today for this announcement, because we do different things in our budget to be able to help education, and we do it in a variety of ways. We just did a record amount of money, but basically when I became governor, we created 2 years ago a categorical spending part of the FEFP that had to go to increase teacher salaries. And so we're able to do this year $800 million, which we've never done that much before. So we're able to do that. COVID year, we were able to do $1,000 bonuses for all teachers and principals in the entire state of Florida. One of the other things we have that can make an impact on helping schools generally, but particularly helping teachers, is our school recognition program. And so today we're able to announce that we are awarding $200 million in school recognition awards for schools that showed student growth and teaching excellence in the 2021-2022 school year. And I think for those not familiar with the program, Public schools must receive a grade of A or improve one letter grade from the year before. And so this is 1,400 schools throughout the state of Florida that are going to get this funding. And there's really been a great showing from areas that just happened to be hit by Hurricane Ian. So there'll be 24 schools in Sarasota County that will receive school recognition bonuses, including $142,000 right here at Toledo Blade Elementary School, which is an A school. $27 schools in Lee County will receive a total of $3.6 million, 38 in Collier, total of $5 million, 6 in Charlotte, and then I was just at Bowling Green Elementary in Hardy County, and just Bowling Green Elementary is going to get $54,000. And so these funds can be used in a variety of ways. You can provide bonuses to teachers and staff members. You also can use the money for equipment or other types of materials to basically help assist student performance. You can also use it to bring in some temporary personnel if you need that as well. So we trust the schools will make those good decisions, but it's really important that when you have success, that is recognized, and that's what these awards are doing. And of course, now, given these circumstances, this award was earned by schools like Toledo Blade Elementary before Ian hit, of course, but now that you're dealing with what we're dealing with, this may come in handy to help assist in some of those areas as well. And we really want to thank all the staff and the faculty for working hard. I mean, I've seen throughout these affected areas, faculty and administrators who had major damage to their homes. I even saw some that lost their homes, and yet they're showing up to school every day trying to prepare the school for the kids to come back. So we appreciate you having that public spirit. It really means a lot. And we are also cognizant of different types of needs that different communities will have. One of the things that we've done at the state level, really, thanks to the First Lady, my wife, is create this Florida Disaster Fund, and she's really led the effort. It's now raised over $45 million, and that can be used to assist with things that maybe the state programs or the FEMA or local, or maybe those aren't fitting your needs, because there's certain things you're eligible for, certain things you may not be eligible for. There's certain things with insurance policies, maybe you get, maybe you don't. So there's going to be needs beyond just kind of those wickets. And so we've already done $2 million to some of the first responder organizations like the Sheriff's Association, PBA firefighters, and they're raising money to match that. And that money can be used to help their folks who may have difficulties. I mean, maybe they need some help with some home repairs. Maybe they need temporary place to live. Now, you are eligible for that with FEMA now, but still, there's a lot of needs. And I've asked the Department of Education to talk with the different school districts in the affected areas to see how can we use the Florida Disaster Fund to help some of the teachers that may need assistance, because we understand, you expect to see a police officer on the street. You expect to see teachers in school, but you don't think about, well, they may be here when they have all the same problems you have with their homes, and yet they're here helping our kids, or in the case of law enforcement, they're out keeping things in good order. And so we recognize, though, that you're not immune just because you have an important public function you serve in your job. You're not immune from having had major effects from this storm. So we're going to be working on that and hopefully be able to roll something out very soon with those awards from that fund to help charitable groups that are going to be focused on folks who are involved in education. And if you want to contribute, you can go to floridadisasterfund.org, floridadisasterfund.org. You can also text disaster to 20222. There was also, because we're in Sarasota County, you can buy a Tervis tumbler where the company has said all proceeds will go to the disaster fund. So it's a Together We Shine tumbler. I think it's I heard good reviews about it. My wife was involved with launching it, so if you're so inclined, that's another way to not only help the local folks here, but to help the disaster fund. So I'm just glad that we're able to bring these awards here to Toledo Blade Elementary. I'm glad that Sarasota performed well again for really it's come to be expected, and the same thing with some of our other counties that got hit hard. This obviously is going to make up for that, but it sure is nice to have a little extra support. So I want to thank the principal, and I want to thank everyone at the school for having us here. So the floor is yours.